Foreign companies operating in China are trying to assess the safety of their Taiwanese employees after Beijing announced new guidelines to execute what it calls diehard Taiwanese separatists. That's according to an exclusive report by Reuters. Our reporter Reece Ayers has been looking over the report. Reece, what's it saying?
Well, that Reuters report that came out earlier today, it talks to several lawyers and business executives based in China. The crux of it really is that Taiwanese people and foreign multinationals based in China are assessing the legal and physical risks presented to their Taiwanese employees by these new guidelines from China. Now, one lawyer in the report said that several companies have come to them to assess the risk to their Taiwanese personnel, and that they also expressed concern about the vagueness of these new guidelines, that perhaps even something like a social media post, or even the way that a Taiwanese person chooses to vote in a Taiwanese election, could be construed as being pro-independence. Now, there are around 177,000 Taiwanese people working in China as of 2022, and those guidelines are pushing foreign companies with those Taiwanese employees to hold these risk assessment meetings. And some have already given Taiwanese staff members the chance to leave.
And Reece, can you tell us more about these new guidelines? What does it potentially allow China to do?
Well, they're guidelines announced by China's judiciary on June 21st. They essentially criminalize any behavior seen as promoting Taiwanese independence, and that would include things like pushing for Taiwan to join international bodies, for example, such as the UN, with the most severe punishment being execution. Now, one of the most concerning elements is the part that makes illegal, quote, other acts that seek to separate Taiwan from China. Now, that wordage feels deliberately vague and essentially allows China to interpret and enforce these guidelines very, very broadly. Now, Taipei responded to the announcement of those guidelines by issuing a travel warning for Taiwanese citizens going to China. But China's foreign ministry has said the guidelines only target an extreme minority of diehard separatists, and that most Taiwanese people have nothing to worry about. Executives and analysts who were interviewed by Reuters for that report say that the guidelines will only serve to harm China by putting foreign companies off doing business there, particularly the ones that have high numbers of Taiwanese employees.